Hello, and this is my speech on a hard day's work as a telecommunications expert. Um, I'm just gonna go through the first process of preparing for work. Usually, because I commute to work back and forth, that I don't have time in the morning to do any preparing. So all of my preparing is done the night before. I gas up the night before I do any kind of laying out of my clothes and showering. All of that is done prior. I'm up at 4 a.m. I head to work, and I'm usually at work at about 7, between 7 and 8, depending on what time I'm starting that day. I usually start and get to the work center. I get out of my car, crank my work truck up, let it warm up, and I get out my iPad and read all of my morning emails in response to anything that my boss might have sent or anything like that. I check emails first of the morning. After I check emails, I take my truck, drive around to the water cooler, fill it up with ice, make sure that I have everything that I need to stay hydrated for today. And I pull my first job. I write down the address of that first job, customers information, the contact information, facilities, and I proceed to that next job after pre-calling them and letting them know that I will be en route to come and fix whatever problems that they're having. Once I get there, I usually start at a network interface. I troubleshoot from there and kind of find out where my problem is. Sometimes it's there at the premise, and sometimes it's out in the cable. If it's out in the cable, then I usually start at the serving terminal, which is located on a pole, and I start to troubleshoot from there. And depending on the cable route back and forth, because I'm working with the whole network, it can be easy sometimes if it's a definite problem. If it's not a definite problem, which a lot of times it's not, then it can be complicated. We're talking about some of the cross boxes being located 2 to 3 miles or even 4 or 5 miles away from the central station. um, that's about 25,000 feet or 20,000 feet of cable that I might be trying to troubleshoot one fault in. So it can get hairy. It's very busy. It takes up a lot of your time and concentration. Um, you have to be safe on every job. Safety is number one. We're watching out for unsafe drivers, making sure we don't get hit by them, make sure we're working safe, watching for live electricity, any kind of hazards throughout your daily work. You know, whether it's ants in a pit or ants in a terminal or wasp or hornets, or making sure that you're properly safed off when you're climbing. Just everything. It's pretty difficult. Um, Next, I'll talk about my lunch. My lunch usually consists of me taking care of personal business that I usually don't have time to take care of during the day. Anything from paying bills to going online, checking my personal emails, studying, looking over classwork. I do all of that during my lunch break. After I get done with my lunch break, back to work, and usually around 3 or 4 o'clock, we'll get an email on how the workload is looking. If it's still heavy, then we work until all the work is gone. Sometimes it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. If it's raining, it doesn't matter. If it's snowing, it doesn't matter. Um, Regardless of the weather, we work. So that's pretty much how my day ends. I come after the last job is complete. I come back to the work center, park my truck, close out my last job, submit my time for that day, put all of my testing equipment back on the charger, put my iPad back on the charger, lock up and everything, secure everything, clean off my truck, restock my truck, get back into my personal car, drive home, stop, get gas. So I'm already gassed. I don't have to stop in the morning. Get home, shower, eat, look over notes for class, get into bed, and hit it again the next day. That's a hard day's work in telecommunications. Thank you.